Al-Ra'd, the thunder. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alam Laf Manin Ra. There are signs or verses of the book that which hath been revealed upon thee. From the Lord is the truth, but men believe not. Allah is he who raised the heavens without any pillar, that ye can see. Then he established himself on a throne of authority. He has subjected the sun and the moon to this law. Each one runs its course for term appointed. He doth regulate all affairs, explaining the signs in detail, that ye may believe with certainty in the meeting with your Lord. And it is he who spread out the earth and set forth mountains, standing firm, and flowing rivers, and fruit of every kind. He made in pairs, 2 and 2. He draweth the night as a veil, or the day. Behold, verily, in these things there are signs for those who consider. And in the earth are tracks, diverse through neighborhoods, and gardens of vines, and fields swoon with corn, and palm trees growing, one single roots, or otherwise, water with the same water. Yet some of them make more excellent to others to eat. Behold, verily, in these things are signs for those who understand. If thou doth marvel at their want of faith, strange is their saying, when we are actually dust, shall we indeed be in creation renewed? They are those who deny their Lord. They are those whose necks will yoke of servitude. They will be companions of the fire, to dwell therein for yea. They ask to thee to hasten the evil in preference to the good. Yet have come to pass before them many exemplary punishments. But verily the Lord is full of gratefulness for mankind for their wrongdoing. And verily thy Lord is also strict in punishment. And the unbelievers say, why is not a sign sent down to him from this Lord? But those who are truly a warner, to every people a guide, Allah doth know what every female womb doth bear. But how much the womb falls short of their time or number, or do it exceed? Everything before his sight is due in due proportion. He knoweth the unseen, and he know which is open. He is the great, the most high. It is the same to him whether any of you conceal this speech or declare it openly, whether he lie hid by night or walk freely by day. For such person there are angels in succession, before and behind him. They guard him by command of Allah. Verily, never will Allah change the condition of a people until they change it themselves with their own souls. But when once Allah willeth the people's punishment, there can be no turning back, nor will they find besides him any to protect. It is he who does show you the lightning by way, both fear and of hope. And it is he who doth raise up the clouds heavily with fertility, rain, nay, thunder repeatedly, his praise. And so do the angels with all. He, flinging the loud voiced thunderbolts, therewith striketh whomever he will. Yet these are the people who dare to dispute about Allah, with the strength of his power supreme. For him alone is prayer and truth. Any other that they can upon besides him hear them no more than if they were to stretch their heads from water to reach their mouths. But it reaches them not. For the prayer of those without faith is nothing but futile wandering in the mind. Whatever beings there are in the earth and in heaven do prostrate themselves to Allah, acknowledging subjection with goodwill, or in spite of themselves. So do their shadows in the morning and evening. Say, who is the Lord and sustainer of the heavens and the earth? Say, it is Allah. Say ye then take for worship protectors other than him. Such has no power either for good or for harm of themselves. Say, are the blind equal to those who see? Or the depth of darkness equal to the light? Or do you assign to Allah partners who create anything as he has created, so that the creation seems to them similar? Say, Allah is the creator of all things. He is the one, the supreme and irresistible. He sends down water from the sky, and the channels flow, each according to its measure. But the torrent bears away the foam and mounts up to the surface. Even so, from the ore which they heat in fire, to make ornaments or utensils therein. There is a scum likewise. Doth Allah by parable show forth truth and vanity. From the scum disappears like froth cast off, while to which is for the good of mankind remains on earth. Thus doth Allah send forth parables. For those who respond to their Lord are all good things. But those who respond not to him, even if they had all that is in heaven and on earth, as much more in vain would they offer it for ransom. For them will the reckoning be terrible. Their abode will be hell. But what a bed of misery. Is then one who doth know that which hath not been concealed unto thee from thy Lord is the truth, like one who is blind? It is those who endowed with understanding that receive admonish. Those who fulfill the covenant of Allah and fail not in their plighted word. Those who join together things with Allah hath commanded to be joined. Hold their Lord in awe and fear the terrible reckoning. Those who patiently persevere, seeking the continuance of their Lord, establish regular prayer, spend out of the gifts which he bestowed for their substance secretly and openly, and turn off evil with good. For such there are final entertainment of the eternal home, gardens of perpetual bliss. They shall enter there, and as well the righteous among their fathers, their spouses, and their offspring. An angel shall enter unto them from every gate with salutations. Peace unto you, for ye have preserved your patience. How excellent is the final home. But those who break the covenant of Allah, after having been plighted their word thereto, and cut asunder those things which Allah has commanded to be joined, and work mischief in the land, on them is the curse. For them is the terrible home. Doth Allah enlarge or grant by restrict measure the substance which he giveth to whom he pleaseth? The worldly rejoice in the life of this world, but the life of this world is but little comfort in the hereafter. The unbelievers say, why is not a sign sent down to him from his Lord? Say, truly, Allah leaveth to stray whom he will, and he guideth to him whom he turned to him in penitence. Those who believe and whose heart feels satisfaction in the remembrance of Allah. For without doubt in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find satisfaction. For those who believe and work righteousness in every blessedness and a beautiful place of final return. Thus we have sent down thee among a people before them, long since before other people and gone passed away, in order that they might rehearse unto them what we sent down unto them by inspiration. Yet do they reject him, the most gracious, say, He is my Lord. There is no God but He, and He is my trust, and to He do I return. If there were a Qu'ran with which mountains were moved, or the earth were cloven asunder, or the dead were made to speak, this would be the one. But truly, the command is with Allah in all things. Do not the believers know that had Allah so willed, He could have guided all mankind to the right? But the unbelievers never will disaster cease to seize them for their ill deeds, or to settle close to their homes until the promise of Allah come to pass, for verily Allah will not fail in His promise. Mocked were many messengers before thee, but I grant repentance to the unbelievers, and finally I punish them. Then how terrible is the requital? Is then He who standeth over our souls and knoweth all that it doth like any other, and yet they ascribe partners to Allah. Say, but name them. Is it thee who informed him of something he knoweth not on earth, or is it just a show of words? Nay, to those who believe not, their pretense seems pleasing, but they are kept back thereby from the path. And those whom Allah leaves astray, no one can guide. For them is a penalty in the life of this world, but harder truly is the penalty of the hereafter. The end defender have they not against Allah, the parable of the gardens, which the righteous are promised. Beneath it flows rivers, perpetual is the enjoyment thereof, and the shade therein. Such is the end of the righteous, and the end of unbelievers is the fire. Those whom we have given the book rejoice what we have been revealed unto thee, but there are among the clans those who reject a part thereof. Say, I am commanded to worship Allah and not to join partners with Him. Unto Him do I call, unto Him is my return. Thus have we revealed it to be a judgment of authority in Arabic, sent those to follow their vain desires after the knowledge which hath reached thee. Then wouldst thou find either protector or defender against Allah? We did send messengers before thee and appointed them wives and children, and it was never the part of the messenger to bring a sign except as Allah permitted or commanded. For each period is a book revealed. Allah doth blot out or confirm what He pleaseth. With Him is the mother of the book. Whether we shall show thee within thy lifetime part of what we promised them, or take to theirselves thy soul before it all is accomplished, the duty is to make the message reach them. It is our part to call them to account. See they not we gradually reduce the land in their control from its outlying borders, where Allah commands there is none to put back his command. And swift is he in calling to account. Those before them did also devise plots, but all things the master planning is Allah. He knoweth the doing of every soul, and soon will the unbelievers know who gets home in the end. The unbelievers say, no messenger art thou. Say, enough for a witness between me and you is Allah, such as you has knowledge of the book.